In this bulletin, 8 COVID-19 cases recorded. Parliament to sit today. And vaccination program continues. And Republic of Fiji. 3 more positive COVID identified around 6 last night, raising yesterday's daily total to 8. The first 2 cases are from Nandao and 7 Miles Nasinu, and are primary contacts of case 211 from Tadirua. The third case is from Samambula and is also a primary contact of an earlier case. 5 new cases of COVID-19 were identified early yesterday afternoon, including 1 person who is from a catering company and 4 from Muanikoso, Nasinu. The 4 cases in Muanikoso are from 2 separate households. They were all located within the Muanikoso containment zone and were picked up as part of the mass screening within the area. 1 patient has recovered, which means there are 99 active cases in isolation. Fiji has had 238 cases in total, with 135 recoveries and 4 deaths since our first case was reported on March 19, 2020. A total of 90,325 COVID-19 laboratory tests have been conducted since testing started early last year. A virtual parliament sitting begins this morning, followed a business committee meeting yesterday. Parliament will sit for the rest of this week and possibly next week as well. All sitting dates for Parliament were vacated as of April due to the COVID-19 outbreak. Parliament sitting that was scheduled for this month had earlier been deferred, following the Prime Minister's emphasis that Fiji may be facing a new and deadlier variant. The Parliament in its last sitting also approved the additional sitting for a week this month. The sitting was supposed to be from the 17th to the 21st, which would have been used to debate on the committee reports. The special sitting will not deal with usual parliamentary business, such as questions. An update on the COVID-19 Response Act 2020, specifically on home loan assistance, is amongst 2 motions listed in today's order paper. Frontline workers in the Western Division yesterday received their second jab of the AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine. A large crowd gathered at the Nandi International Airport hoping to be fully vaccinated after receiving their first shot a few months back. Felipe Naikaso has more.
These frontliners are the first in Fiji to be fully vaccinated in the midst of the second wave of COVID-19.
I can confidently walk around knowing that I'm protected and I'm fully vaccinated.
With the second jabs being rolled out today, Fijians were waiting at the airport early this morning. Medical staff also implemented a well-organized process to ensure social distancing was practiced at all times, masks worn, and people sanitized their hands before entering.
Now we can say that we have been protected from this vaccination. And now we can even, for those that are working in the borders, that helps the nation for the opening of the borders.
From tomorrow, the public in the West will receive their second jabs from the airport, which is vital for the fight against the pandemic.
I believe it's actually important that everyone and every Fiji citizen get the second jab. If you're thinking of getting back to the new, the normal, opening up our borders hopefully soon, fingers crossed. But I think that every Fijian should go out there and get the second jab.
So far, 500 frontline workers have gotten their second jab, and with the program to continue for the next few days, they're expecting another 1,500 frontline workers to be fully vaccinated. Philip Naikaso, FBC News.
The Fijian Competition and Consumer Commission is closely liaising with the Fiji Sugar Corporation to normalize the supply of sugar to all parts of the country. FCCC Chief Executive Joel Abraham says they are liaising with traders on how to maximize the transportation of sugar from Lautoka to other major centers. The Commission also conducted 1,454 inspections since April 20th, covering the Central, Western and Northern Divisions. Abraham says 1 trader from the Western and another from the Northern Division were found in breach of Section 54 of the FCCC Act 2010 by failing to display prices.
On a daily basis, sugar is being dispatched out. Of course, because of the various containment zones and Lautoka being the epicenter of supply for sugar within Vitilim. There has been some supply chain disruptions. What we're doing is we're asking businesses to maximize the logistics, especially when they're engaging in deliveries.
The 3 crew members who were rescued from the sunken Fiji flag fishing vessel Tirotu have been questioned and released by police. Police confirmed that 3 were taken in for questioning over the weekend. Investigations continue into an alleged tragic incident on board, which prompted at least 6 crew members to jump overboard, and the search is ongoing for 5 of them. Fiji Navy Commander Captain Humphrey Tawake says this is the 6th day of the search and rescue operation, and officers combing the Mamanuca to Yasawa waters have not found any traces of the 5 missing crew members. He adds they are on the verge of deciding the next step.
We still have a vessel up there today, so we will make a decision tomorrow whether to continue the search or postpone it indefinitely. But as we speak, we are broadcasting through the coastal radio station of the missing persons that are likely to be in the water. But you must note as well that most of them have been there since Monday, Tuesday last week, so it's a week now.
The Pearl South Pacific Resort, which was declared a quarantine facility a few days ago, has pulled out. FBC News understands the decision was made following objections from the Pacific Harbour community. A number of people living around Pacific Harbour started raising questions about the resort's decision to become a quarantine facility. While some people agreed with the decision, some took to social media, saying that when COVID-19 patients are brought to the resort, the nearby community will be at risk. An email has been sent to the resort's general manager, who is yet to respond. Questions have also been sent to the Ministry of Health. COVID-19 has forced hundreds of organizations to implement work-from-home measures. Fiji Higher Education Commission employee Epineri Rawalai has been away from the office for more than 1 month and is quickly adapting to the new normal. Rawalai says the FHEC work-from-home plan has been properly put together to ensure there is productivity while operating remotely.
The only thing that we miss is that formal office environment and the people, but working from home is more relaxing, that sometimes you just have to pick on hours to work. The major challenges are the distractions. The distractions that are around me, are, especially like for myself, working at home from a village.
And Fiji Swimming yet to select final 2. Stay with us. Welcome back. Netball Fiji now have renewed hopes to execute plans which otherwise would have struggled to get off the ground. Netball Australia, through the Pacific Sports Program, has sealed a 3-year agreement to support Pacific Island countries, including Fiji. National coach Jenny Brazel says all levels of the sport, from the grassroots up to top tier, stand up to benefit.
There's components of it that are, they're basically around building the coaches. So that's going to provide a wonderful opportunity for all our coaches right throughout Fiji to upskill.
The final decision on which of the 8 swimmers will be awarded the 2 Olympic quota spot is still yet to be made. Fiji swimming officials have been closely deliberating on were expected to submit names to its governing body, FINA, yesterday. Swimmers that are vying for a spot include Moana Wind, Taicha Vagasama, Shane Rover, and Netani Ross. Fiji Swimming President Ben Rover says plans are already in place to have these swimmers train in Australia as they await the Olympic Games in July.
We hope by next month, by June, because really they don't have much more time. Team Fiji is planning to travel out of here around about the 8th, I think it is, of July. So when you consider the arrangement that needs to be done from here and the quarantine again in Australia, really there's really not much time for the 2 swimmers.
Cloudy periods with brief showers over the eastern parts and interior of Viti Levu and Wunua Levu, Kandavo, Lumaibiti and Taveuni. Elsewhere, mostly cloudy conditions with possible afternoon showers. That's FBC Morning News. Join us at 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. For news you can trust, get the facts from the FBC's TV, radio, and digital news at fbcnews.com.fj. Take care and good morning.